Welcome to our video, Why Wisconsin Faces More Frequent Polar Vortex Events. In this presentation, we'll explore the various factors contributing to the increased occurrence of these intense cold spells in the Badger State. From its unique geographic location and the impact of climate change to the dynamics of the jet stream and historical weather patterns, we will unravel the science behind Wisconsin's vulnerability to the polar vortex. Join us as we delve into the interplay of temperature gradients, landforms, and local effects that shape the weather in this region. 1. Geographic location. Wisconsin, nestled in the northern reaches of the United States, finds itself uniquely positioned to experience the whims of Arctic air masses. This geographic location makes it particularly susceptible to polar vortex events. Imagine Wisconsin as a northern sentinel, standing guard against the cold breezes that sweep down from the Arctic. The proximity to Canada means that Wisconsin often serves as a gateway for these frigid air masses heading south. This position on the map is not just a point of interest but a significant factor that shapes the state's weather patterns. The cold air doesn't just visit, it sometimes overstays its welcome, leading to prolonged cold spells that can catch residents off guard. In essence, Wisconsin's location is like being on the front line of a cold war where nature dictates the terms. 2. Climate change effects. Climate change is a global phenomenon, yet its fingerprints can be found in the local weather patterns of regions like Wisconsin. As the Arctic warms at an accelerated pace, it causes disruptions in atmospheric patterns, which can lead to more frequent and severe polar vortex events. It's as if the usual rhythm of nature's dance has been thrown off balance, causing unexpected and sometimes extreme weather conditions. This warming alters the temperature gradients between the Arctic and the mid-latitudes, which could be nudging the polar vortex to behave differently. Scientists suggest that as the Arctic ice melts, it doesn't just raise sea levels but also meddles with the atmospheric currents that affect weather patterns thousands of miles away. For Wisconsin, this means an increase in the frequency and intensity of cold snaps that can disrupt everyday life. 3. Jet stream dynamics. The polar vortex is closely linked to the jet stream, a fast-flowing ribbon of air high in the atmosphere. During winter, the jet stream can become wavier, allowing cold Arctic air to spill southward into regions like Wisconsin. Picture the jet stream as a giant river in the sky. When it meanders, it can carry icy air from the top of the world right into America's heartland. This waviness disrupts the usual flow of air, leading to sudden and severe temperature drops. The jet stream doesn't just influence temperature, it also impacts weather systems, potentially bringing storms and heavy snow. For Wisconsin, a wavy jet stream can mean the difference between a mild winter day and a bone-chilling freeze. Understanding these dynamics is crucial for predicting and preparing for the polar vortex's icy grip. 4. Temperature gradients. The stark contrast between warm southern air and cold Arctic air creates a battleground in the atmosphere, often leading to instability. This temperature gradient is a key player in triggering polar vortex disruptions. Imagine two opposing forces meeting. This clash can create turbulence that disturbs the usual weather patterns. In Wisconsin, this can result in sharp drops in temperature and the arrival of polar vortex events. The greater the temperature difference, the more intense the resulting weather can be. It's like a tug of war in the sky, where the push and pull of different air masses can dictate the weather on the ground. Residents of Wisconsin may find themselves caught in these atmospheric skirmishes, experiencing weather that swings from one extreme to another. 5. Landforms and lake effects. Wisconsin's landscape, with its rolling hills and proximity to the Great Lakes, plays a critical role in shaping local weather conditions. The Great Lakes, in particular, can amplify the effects of polar vortex events through phenomena like lake effect snow. As cold air moves over the relatively warmer waters of the lakes, it picks up moisture and dumps it as snow on the leeward side. This can lead to heavy snowfall in certain areas, adding another layer of complexity to Wisconsin's winter weather. The varied landforms can also create pockets of cold air that linger longer than expected. It's as if the state's geography conspires with the polar vortex to create a winter wonderland, albeit one that can be treacherous and challenging. Understanding these local effects is crucial for residents and forecasters alike. 6. Historical weather patterns. An examination of historical weather data reveals that Wisconsin has experienced an uptick in polar vortex events in recent years. This trend towards more extreme winter weather is not just a statistical anomaly but a reality that residents have had to confront. These events are becoming a more regular feature of Wisconsin's climate, leading to colder, longer winters. The historical record serves as a stark reminder that the state's weather patterns are changing, with polar vortex events becoming more frequent. Residents might recall recent winters where the cold seemed relentless, a testament to this emerging pattern. This historical perspective is vital for understanding the future of Wisconsin's climate and preparing for the challenges it may bring. 7. Local vulnerability. Wisconsin's infrastructure, agriculture, and ecosystems are not immune to the impacts of polar vortex events. The state's economy and daily life can be significantly affected by these cold snaps. For instance, prolonged cold can strain heating systems, disrupt transportation, and damage crops, leading to economic losses. The vulnerability extends beyond just the human population. Local wildlife and ecosystems can also suffer. The increasing frequency of polar vortex events has raised public awareness and concern, prompting discussions on how best to adapt and mitigate the impacts. It's a reminder that while the polar vortex is a natural phenomenon, its effects are very much a human concern. This growing awareness is crucial for fostering resilience in the face of changing weather patterns.